every great idea begins in silence. Montessori was born from observation, from watching children learn freely, without pressure, without fear. In these quiet halls, even when no one's around, the spirit of discovery still hums beneath the surface. This is where curiosity lives, waiting for the next small hand to reach out and learn.
Okay, so we're doing something kind of interesting. Um, Being at a preschool when there's no one around, no kids, no teachers, no one. So I want to take you around and see what kind of lessons we can learn when it is not in operation. So first thing I see is that, that quiet feeling, you never see that in a preschool, although in a Montessori, it's pretty quiet. So if you look around, the quietness, the sereneness, look at this TV, for example. It's usually, they show a live feed of kids playing and doing work in their classrooms and the playground, but there's nothing there. And when you walk around again, it's like, it just feels kind of eerie because no one's around, nothing is happening. We, of course, disarmed the security system. And this is usually on when parents come in and they sign in and out. Teachers come in, they sign in and out. Going this way, again, this door is usually always, of course, there's a keypad here for security, but this door is always opening and closing. And then here, there's their internal offices. And it's always hustling and bustling, people coming in and out. So we're going to go in pretty soon and kind of check that out. Check this out. Look at all these teachers and students through the years. I think this school's been around for like over 15 years.
Silence has a way of revealing things we never notice in the rush of everyday life. In this quiet Montessori space, every corner holds a story. Every wall, every frame, every forgotten sound. And as we step deeper inside, the stillness begins to teach its first lesson. That learning doesn't start with noise, it starts with awareness. Every door in a Montessori school opens to more than a classroom. It opens to a philosophy. Security and freedom coexist here, reminding us that safety is the foundation of exploration.
Okay, so we're inside the secured area now. I just love this feeling of this. It's like a cocoon. It's bright and cozy at the same time. It's an interesting color that's chosen. It's a very specialized color. It's a corporate color that this particular Montessori Ivy League in Pembroke Pines uses. By the way, we're in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Take a look at these beautiful framed photos around me. These are all the actual students of this school. Then as we go through it, it's actually much bigger than it looks from the outside. And then when we go around here, there's another beautiful corridor. So it's very customized. It almost looks like an art gallery as you're walking along. And this is an interesting photo. This is done by Annalise Merchant, who's a French artist who moved to South Florida. It's kind of pretty good to have this beautiful original print here. And of course, these are all classrooms. Here's one thing interesting about these. Each classroom is originally was named after an artist. So this was supposed to be a Monet, now changed it to say classroom number 3 and 2 just for more practical reasons, but they do influence, art influences Montessori a lot. So it's nice to be exposed to that.
Montessori turns learning into art. Every frame, every color, every light is chosen to awaken curiosity. Even the walls teach, reminding us that beauty and education belong together. Behind every detail lies dedication. A single pole, a kitchen, a nap space, each tells a story of persistence, regulation, and care. Montessori isn't easy to build, but it's worth every effort. Because what's being built here isn't just a school, it's a world where children learn to trust themselves.
This is what they call the prep class. I think it's like between 2.5 and 3.5 or 4-year-old kids are here. Prep meaning to prep them, preparation. And this is, I think that's where they also have their potty training. Again, something different because normally these chairs would be down. So obviously this is what they do. When they clean in the end. I want to show you this interesting little, this thermostat looks normal, but it's very high tech. It senses when somebody walks in and it triggers it. But it's interesting though, just one person walks in, it doesn't do it. It senses a group of people. These things, they look like just silly old blocks, but they're all designed to be Montessori lessons. If you go around this block, look at these. So all very particular Montessori lessons, and they cost a pretty penny to populate. Oh, I want to show you something fascinating. You see this right here? When they were constructing it about 15 years ago, this put them back like months. And again, when there are kids around, you don't see it, it kind of blends in. So this pole here, and the architecture had built it in. Department of Children and Families that regulates preschool said you can't have this pole here because kids might bump into it. Okay, while the city said no, you need to have this pole here because it's load bearing. All right, so then he said, okay, you can keep it, but it has to be covered. So they covered it with a material so that the kids don't bang on it in their heads. And the fire department said, no, you can't have it because it has to be fire retardant. It had to be fireproof. So then they had to special order a special fabric that is fireproof and good enough to not have the kids bang in it. And at the same time, it satisfied the city, it satisfied the state, satisfy the fire department. And I think it took them months to get this in. It's amazing how much work it takes for a preschool to exist. Now, you might think that all preschools have a kitchen built in. No. Not all schools have kitchen. For example, this school caters in the food, and they do have a special area because there are regulations that we have to follow. Little sleeping cots, and that's also because they're kids, they have nap time. And so, they have these. Now, one thing about Montessori is that they don't like too much technology infused at this age. But they do have technology here because they do have some, they might play some YouTube videos, and they might even have, just some entertainment. When it's raining outside, they do have televisions around. It is South Florida. It does rain a lot. In fact, we should go outside and check out the playground.
Outside, the lesson continues. Freedom, safety, and joy. Every swing, every shade, every patch of turf is designed to protect childhood wonder. It's a reminder that learning doesn't stop at the classroom door. It expands into the world.
You know what? This is kind of interesting because this playground cost the owners around $40,000 US, at least. So $10,000 just for the shade because hurricane proof has survived many hurricanes. This is 3,600 square foot. And that's interesting because in Pembroke Pines, Florida, even if you have only school with only like 50 kids, you still need minimum of 3,500 square foot of space for playground. So this was costly. As you can see, it's secured as well as open, which is kind of cool. The fences are like 6 feet tall. I think his requirement is like 4 feet, but it's 6 feet tall. These are all here because, it does get hot in South Florida. Interesting thing is, though, it doesn't get as hot as people think. There is humidity, there is heat, there is sunshine, and there are kids. So that's why you need all these shades. And it just feels so good and so open. And there's so many things here for children to play with. It kind of makes you want to be a freaking kid again, man. Oh, imagine having a snack here, having some drinks here, just going crazy. And they have this little bit of a fence here because I think they're trying to keep children separate. So a 1-year-old may not want to interact with a 6-year-old, right? I get that. And another ingenious thing they did was put in a little shed here in the back so that some extra stuff, you have like extra tables, extra chairs, something that wouldn't spoil under the heat and humidity, they put it here. And basically, it's just an amazingly beautiful place.
Montessori Ivy League isn't just a school, it's a living philosophy. It teaches us that growth begins with curiosity, that silence can be powerful, and that every child carries the potential to change the world. In these halls, learning isn't taught, it's felt.